quickly to signal to everyone in the Republican Party he knows what direction he's going and you better get in line.
We have heard about this draft executive order, which would create a board to purge so-called woke generals. What do we know about that?
This is an idea that is circulating through the Trump transition. Importantly, he talked about it on the campaign trail, said he would get rid of woke generals. Well, this panel would be designed to evaluate that, but other ways of assessing how loyal you are to the Trump defense policy posture. Of course, as commander-in-chief, the president can fire any general or admiral, and having this outside panel would give it an air of legitimacy. But those in the military know this would circumvent the normal promotion process and could create something we've never seen before, a loyalty test within the military to the commander-in-chief.
Major Garrett, thank you. Congress returned to work today after its 6-week election break, welcoming new lawmakers from both parties. We learned today that Republican leaders will meet with President-elect Trump tomorrow as he makes his first trip to Washington since winning re-election. We get details on the big shake-up in Congress from CBS's Scott McFarland.
Trump loyalists descended on Washington, poised to take control, with a promise from the speaker to move quickly.
We will be ready on day one. We are prepared this time. And as we wind down the 118th Congress, we'll be ready to take the ball and run full speed in the 119th Congress that begins in January.
And a welcome back for Democrats who survived the storm. Training sessions began today for the newly elected, including New Jersey Democrat Andy Kim, the first Korean American ever elected to the Senate.
I think we're up to the task.
His opponent hasn't conceded, but Republican Dave McCormick, who leads in the Pennsylvania Senate race, was invited to orientation today. In the U.S. House, some races remain undecided, but Republicans are on a trajectory to the magic number of 218 seats to win the majority. Democrats are regrouping.
I think we're going to have a family conversation that needs to be clear-eyed, candid, and comprehensive to figure out what happened on election night.
Congresswoman-elect Latifah Simon, a widowed mother born legally blind, will represent Oakland, California, and says her party is ready for a fight. You're arriving at what some people describe as a toxic moment here.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Yeah. Real leaders lead in any environment.
It's Republicans who will fight the first bruising battle tomorrow, among themselves, choosing a Republican Senate leader to succeed Mitch McConnell. The candidates include Texas's John Cornyn and McConnell's lieutenant, John Thune of South Dakota. But Trump ally Elon Musk has urged for Florida's Rick Scott, who posted that he'd agreed to Trump's call for the Senate to surrender some of its power to confirm Trump's cabinet and judges allowing so-called recess appointments. If recess appointments are allowed, Trump nominees could take the helm, take their posts without hearings or votes here. As for that vote for Senate Republican leader, it happens behind closed doors, Nora, by secret ballot, making it difficult for anybody to exert outside pressure.
It would be extraordinary. Scott McFarland, thank you. A federal judge today sentenced a former Massachusetts Air National Guardsman to 15 years in prison for leaking sensitive military information. Jack Teixeira admitted to posting dozens of classified documents, including some marked top secret, on the social media platform Discord. The data involved a range of sensitive issues, including detailed information about Russia's war in Ukraine. There's breaking news from Louisville, Kentucky, where a neighborhood was rocked by an explosion at a business this afternoon. Nearly a dozen people were injured. We get details now from CBS's Dave Malkoff.
Battalion 2, we got a report from plant personnel. Unknown persons are still missing. Unknown what the substance is that's blowing out.
A loud explosion rocked this Louisville neighborhood just before 3 p.m. this afternoon, leaving a gaping hole at the Givaudan Scents Color Plant, a company that produces caramel coloring for soft drinks.
We need to understand this is not only a fire run, this is a structural collapse run, and this is a hazardous materials run.
Parts of the building collapsed. One person was pulled from the rubble, and 11 injured employees were taken to area hospitals. Tyler McLean lives a mile away from